We're going to move on now because the FBI says the suspect in yesterday's deadly shooting at a Dallas ICE facility was targeting law enforcement. However, no law enforcement officials were actually hit. 3 detainees at that facility were shot. One of them was killed. The Department of Homeland Security has ordered an immediate increase in security at ICE facilities across the country. Now, the 29-year-old suspect fired multiple shots toward the building from a nearby rooftop. Officials say he used ammunition that had anti-ICE messages written on it. You can see that on your video there. He then turned the gun on himself, and that suspect died at the scene. CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca is joining us live from Dallas right now. Omar, thank you for your time. What more do we know about the suspect in this case?
Well, we're learning very slowly about the suspect, 29-year-old Joshua John. We understand that investigators have been going through a home in Fairview, Texas, just north of here in Collin County, and in Oklahoma as well. And it's worth noting the FBI director, Kash Patel, just put out a social media post about how they are going through his devices and have searched those houses that we just mentioned, looking for information. And this is some of what he posted. He said that the suspect downloaded documents for DHS facilities in the Dallas County area. Also said he conducted multiple searches of ballistics and the Charlie Kirk shot video. Also mentioned that he was looking at apps that track ICE movements. As you know, ICE operations have been going on across the country, not just here in Texas, but in different parts of the country. Yeah. He also mentioned that one of the handwritten notes recovered read, and I'm quoting here, hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof? If people aren't familiar with AP rounds, that stands for armor-piercing rounds. They're heavier, dense core rounds. This is not something that you can, listen, I live in Texas, so you kind of know the gun laws and everything. You can't go into a regular gun store and buy AP rounds. They're not readily available like that. There's a lot of restrictions in getting them, but they're not something you can just go buy any day. Another thing that Kash Patel said, further accumulated evidence points to a high degree of pre-planning this attack. So again, we're trying to find out a little bit more about, the motive obviously seems clear. If there's anti-ICE on there, we want to wait for investigators also to say an official motive. But the question is why? What led to this shooting to come up here in Dallas right off I-35 and shoot into a van?
Yeah. And Omar, as we are waiting to learn more about the investigation and what authorities are finding out about the suspect, have we learned anything new about those 3 victims?
Not much. Very tight-lipped. We do know that they were in that van because they were in custody. They were detained as part of recent ICE operations in the Dallas area. As we mentioned, 3 were hit. 3 were hit, and 1 was killed. The Mexican consulate has said that one of the injured that was in that vehicle was a Mexican citizen, but for the other 2, we don't know. They're at a local hospital, but even the local hospital is being very tight-lipped about the patients there.
Okay. Omar Villafranca, thank you so much for joining us.